Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Pisces. How's it going? Persephone wants her daddy, and so we're going to be holding her while we go through our reading here. This is, of course, the horoscope for the final week of March 2021. And just a quick heads up for you, if you're interested in more intel on how energies are going to be shifting up throughout the course of this 6 weeks, starting now through the 1st of May and beyond, not just 6 weeks. I want to check out my equinox video that I put up very recently. You can just click on my avatar below, and then of course you can go and check that out. It's right front and center on my main channel page. Patreon people, your bonus astrology reports are up as well, so you might want to go and check that out. You can follow the links down in the down bar below for the link to my Patreon. But what's going on when it comes to the astrology that I want to talk about in this video? Well, this week we have a really cool movement that will have gotten underway by the time we get to Monday the 22nd, and that's the Sun and Venus together unifying in Aries. The Sun and Venus will be in Aries for the next 3 to 4 weeks. 3 weeks for Venus and 4 weeks for the Sun. This is moving into your second house of earned income, employment, as well as your values and valuables. Now, with the Sun and Venus together, we have blessings abound because we have Venus, the divine ascended feminine, generosity, favor, magnetism, and the Sun, attention, vitality, amplification, and attention, making an attention magnet that's working in your favor. This is a great time, especially for those of you that are looking to make a lot of big waves in the interest of improvement in your field, in your job. Some of you may actually be deciding you want to actually change what you're doing in your line of work or start monetizing a different passion. The Sun in our second house is also bringing in a great deal of what you might call easy money, as well as maybe even some seed money or funding money that you can reinvest in yourself to things that are also very much resonant with your passions. The Sun is bringing in not only a big focus of attention, my God, she's just shedding like crazy, but also this great deal of favor. We talk about favor. This means that you can actually start making some commands, making some requests. You want to change something about the way your job is done, what's expected of you, adjust the boundaries around your schedule, maybe even change some things up when it comes to your price points. All across the board, this is one of the best, 3 to 4 week periods you'll have to do that this year. And this is also a time to maybe even think about trading up when it comes to what you are doing for a living, where you are working, who you are working with. As we get on to your cards, your spiritual theme this week is the Judgment card in reverse. And so it is a time where a lot of you Pisces people are going to be thinking about doing a lot of quitting. And when I say Judgment reversed is quitting, I don't feel like this is quitting in a bad way, at least not as far as you are concerned. But you are being given permission to quit things that ultimately are refusing to improve, refusing to bear fruit, refusing to continue to give or get closer to you. Because the Judgment card reversed, I'm seeing pulling out of a cul-de-sac, pulling out of a dead end, getting away from situations that ultimately are only trying to recreate the same thing over and over and over again. And of course, we're growing out of it. We've got all of this astrology asking for us to trade up in so many ways. The big focus of this last couple of weeks was about you cashing out and moving on, cashing in your chips and moving on. So quitting, of course, would definitely fall into it. And it's okay to quit things that ultimately do not want to get better or cannot get better. You might notice some places where you've kind of hit the wall or the glass ceiling. You can get out. As we get on to your material shifts when it comes to your work, your job, and your finances, you have the Knight of Pentacles upright. And I am seeing a lot of really good benefits coming your way as they come through somebody that actually is either working in your field, working in your purview, or possibly somebody that has that you consider to be a strong ally, a strong example, somebody that you respect. Could be a friend, whether it's a work friend or a personal friend, that is actually giving you the hookup. Now, this could be the hookup in a lot of different ways. This could be leading you to a different job opportunity. This could be, of course, leading you to maybe a different way of doing business, maybe doing some updates, helping you optimize things in your own office, your website, your investments, as well as setting you up for higher success than maybe you've been allowed to know you could achieve. Now, yes, I do feel some of you may be following this person away from what you've been doing up until this point, or at least embarking on that journey eventually. But the Knight of Pentacles is leading you to better days and higher prosperity. So, when they show up, when you get this, when somebody puts themselves out there to offer to assist you, make sure that you hear them out, right? Let your comfort zone expand, or actually just take the walls down. As we get on to your communications, your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you do have the Two of Pentacles upright. And I am seeing something popping up where you may feel like you have to somehow arrange to be in two places at once, or you might end up having to even have a part of your life kind of be compartmentalized or partitioned for a while. Because I'm seeing you having to dole out portions of yourself to keep something that has been running for now and finally actually get something new started. It's going to require a bit more of your time and energy beyond maybe the tokens of attention or maybe the little indulgences that you've given it so far. This could be due to a breakthrough going on in your community, a breakthrough going on with you, maybe a travel opportunity coming your way. You're going to be finding that this is a very busy but very thrilling week. Just make sure that you are taking the new opportunities seriously. Again, we're not just making them wait. We're not hemming and hawing them. As we get on to your challenge this week, you do have the Lovers reversed. It's time to really see what's going on when it comes to things that are attached to you, or maybe things that you have been stuck with, or maybe commitments that you've been stuck in. With the Lovers card reversed, it's about, you are challenged to break with things that ultimately are no longer an equivalent exchange. What you're giving, you're not getting back. It's not fair. It's not you're losing energy, you're losing time, losing money, losing opportunities for fulfillment, losing opportunities to have the life you want to live, when you're engaged in those attachments and in those commitments and moments. A lot of you may find that this is a time where you have to start enforcing fairness where other people are not necessarily being very fair. And that can be a challenge, especially if you're dealing with people that might have some wounds or some aspects of self that are underdeveloped. They might think that because of what else they've got going on in their life, they've kind of got a free pass to not give a damn about fairness for other people. You still need to do not let that affect your judgment. You can enforce equity. You can enforce equanimity. You can enforce fairness across the board. And if people can't cope with that, they can go find another dysfunctional place to try and siphon energy out of. This is not anything that you have to be a part of anymore. As we get on to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Wheel of Fortune upright. And it does look like this week a lot of major goals and major dreams that have been on a shelf, waiting, collecting dust, are coming to life, especially for those of you who are maybe actually trying to do something with a partnership or build an environment for a partnership. Because the Wheel of Fortune doesn't affect just one area. So it's kind of like all around. With the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like there might be something coming to you at your partnership or to you for your partnership that is actually allowing you to commence with an operation, commence with a goal or a journey that ultimately you have had to wait on for way too long because there was too much other business going on in the background with them or with you. Now you're both free to completely change the landscape of this relationship. This could be, again, coming because something is accelerating in its development or it's being accelerated for you. For those of you who are currently single and available to new people, the Wheel of Fortune upright is indicating that, yes, I do see kind of a whirlwind situation potentially happening. Just make sure that you take it in stride. It does feel like there may actually be a mutual chemistry or a mutual attraction or mutual inclination that is really ramping up, even with somebody that is brand new this week. Remember that if you want it to, last and you want to keep it around, you will stay in your mastery and not lose your heart and your head to the psychological dopamine drugging that can come from the pleasure moment. Enjoy it, but make sure that we enjoy this for more than just 1 week if you want it to last more than a short while. So that is what I've got for you, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.